this video, we can discuss about the new chapter, that is conditional and iterative statements. We know that statements are the instructions given to the computer to perform any kind of action. If we are writing a Python program code to add two numbers, means we are giving instructions to the computer to add two numbers using the Python program code. Now we can learn about the three types of statements. First one is the empty statement, second one is the symbol statement, and third one is the compound statement. So we can learn about the empty statement. Empty statement means if you are writing pass, then it is an empty statement. It is the simplest statement, and this statement does nothing. There is no work for this statement. It is a do nothing statement. That is the empty statement. So the pass statement of Python is a do nothing statement, that is empty statement, or also known as null operation statement. That is also known as null operation statement. Next is the simple statement. Simple statement means single executable statement. See here, print hello. This statement is executable. When we run it in Python shell, we'll get the output as hello. That means it is an executable statement. A single executable statement is known as a simple statement. Next, compound statement. Compound statement means group of statements executed as a unit. For example, there are certain codes here. I want to execute it together. That is known as compound statement. The set of statements that we are executing together as a unit is known as a compound statement. And it will be having a header with a colon. That means a header will be there with colon. After that, the set of statements will be there. In this chapter, we will learn more about the compound statement. Next, we are going to learn about the statement flow control. That means how the flow of execution takes place in Python. We are executing the Python programs in a particular order. That is known as the flow of statement, or the flow of control, or the flow of execution in a Python program. That means the order of execution is the flow of execution. First, when the Python compiler see this program code, it will read the first line, then the second, then the third. So the flow of execution is in this way: first, second, third, then fourth, then fifth, then sixth. In this way, the execution takes place. This is known as the flow of control or the flow of execution in Python programming language. In a program, statements, these are the Python statements, okay, or the Python codes. In a Python program, statements can be executed sequentially, selectively, or iteratively. Sequentially, selectively, or iteratively. Now we can learn how the program codes are executed sequentially. See this example. There are a lot of statements. Okay, only 3 statements I have written here. Just assume n number of statements are there. If we are executing the statements sequentially, the first statements will be executed. After that, the second statement will be executed. Then the third statement will be executed. Then the fourth statement will be executed, and so on. That means in a particular order, we are executing the statement like 1, 2, 3. That means in a order or in sequence wise. That is the execution in a Python program, or we are executing sequentially in a Python program. Next, we can learn how the statements are executed selectively. That means selection. How the statements are executed selectively. Now see here, there are a lot of Python codes. Just assume these are the codes. Now you can give some number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I want to execute the third and the fourth Python codes. I only want to execute third and the fourth Python codes. That means I am selecting particular codes to execute. This is the selective process. In this way, the execution takes place selectively. Based on an expression, The statements can be executed selectively. In Python, the selective execution takes place with the help of an expression. There will be an expression, and based on the result of the expression, the statements get executed. For example, if the expression is true, certain set of statements get executed. If the expression is false, another set of statements get executed. Based on the result of the expression, we can execute the statements. If true, some set of statements get executed. If it is false, another set of statements get executed. So, the execution of statements depends upon a condition. That is the selective method. If the condition is true, a set of statements get executed, and if the condition is false, another set of statements get executed. Condition means the expression. Okay, we are giving the condition in the form of an expression. Next, we are executing the statements iteratively. That means we are executing a particular set of statements repeatedly based on the result of an expression. For example, there are n number of statements here. Just assume n number of statements here. I want to execute this set of statements 10 times or 20 times. I can do that. Continuously, we can execute a set of statements 10 times, 20 times or 50 times using the result of an expression. Now one expression is there. So the result of the expression is true. The statements will get executed continuously. It will be executed continuously. When the expression becomes false, when the result of the expression becomes false, the statements will not get executed. Till the result is false, the statements get executed. That means continuously. That is known as the iteration method. That means we are executing a set of statements n number of times or repeatedly. Now see here, the execution of a particular set of statements repeatedly based on a condition. Based on a condition means based on the result of an expression. If the condition is true, the set of statements get executed continuously. If the condition becomes false, the execution of the statements will stop. So these are the three methods in which the Python programs get executed. Now, the example 4, before that, the first method is sequence. That is the normal Python programs. Second one is selective. In selective or selection method, we are using if statement, then if else statement, and if elif statement. If statement, if else statement, if elif statement. And third one is the iterative or the iteration. In that, we are using for loop, while loop, and do while loop. For loop is there, no space. That's why I'm not writing here. While loop and do while loop. In this way, we can do the execution of a program. Now, in the coming videos, we will learn more about if statement, if else statement, if elif, then for loop, while loop, and do while loop.